Hello, everybody. Welcome to Studio 216 on Passport Acadiana. Studio 216 is a brand new show where we talk with local artists and songwriters, singers, just see how they tick, how it works. And our guest here tonight is Andy Smith. I met Andy at a songwriters night at Napoleon's New Iberia. We started that September of 22, and it's been going on ever since, every Monday night. If you want to hear good original music in Acadiana, there's only one place to go, and that's Napoleon's on Monday night for the songwriters night. So I'm just going to give you a sample of what you can expect at Napoleon's Songwriters Night on Monday night. We start about 6:30. And if you've never been to Napoleon's, it's a great place. It's a great place to hang out. It's a nice little room.
It's a great place to bounce ideas, to try your new ideas,
Yeah.
Often I'll bring a song in there that's not finished and just kind of play it and feel it out.
Every songwriter has a first song. Not every songwriter performs their first song. But we're going to ask Andy to perform the very first song he ever wrote.
Okay. It was around 95. I was with my keyboard player, Ed Gore, and it was a rainy day, and we were trying to write songs, and it felt so contrived, like it was a little too methodical for me. And so I said, hey, just play some riffs, and he started out playing this riff for Cajun Rain, and it almost sounded like a Sting song. I was like, that's it, and it was spontaneous. It turned out to be a crowd favorite, we'd get a lot of requests for it, and it's called Cajun Rain, and we wrote it in one day, and this is it. Rain come down, down and down all night long. Sit and wait patiently for you to arrive. Silent whispers of his past inside his head drive me mad. Rising high, I don't see no sign of you. Cajun rain coming down all night long. Cajun rain pouring down all night long. Old man Cankton, he sees faces in the rain. Some they haunt him, some they haunt him to his grave. Silent whispers of his past inside his head drive me mad. Water's rising high, I don't see no sign of you. Cajun rain coming down all night long. Cajun rain pouring down all night long. Old man Cankton, he sees faces in the rain. Some they haunt him, some they haunt him to his grave. Faded images remain, those he loved is left alone. Water's rising high, I don't see no sign of you. Cajun rain coming down all night long.
Right, Andy Smith. You know, a songwriter gets all kind of ideas in all kinds of places, and you've got a song that you wrote a few years ago about a really bad disaster that we all remember. I was in the news business at the time, and it was day after day of coverage. Anyway, it was about the BP oil spill,
Yeah.
and here's Andy Smith to tell us about it.
Yeah, it was Deepwater Horizon, BP oil spill. And a funny thing, I was doing parties for BP at the time, for their corporate parties. So I had mixed emotions about it. And but the one thing that got me is, you had these lawyers coming on TV talking about we're spending $500 million to clean this up. And it just seemed so, it didn't seem genuine. And here you had 11 men who had lost their life, So decided to sit down and write a song about it. And I wish I'd have put it out there. I don't think we had YouTube back then. Maybe we did, but, who knows if I'd have put it out there. Maybe I could have gotten it on the soundtrack or something. Who knows? But this is it. All men talking on TV, lawyers making their case. Everybody's pointing the finger while our land is black with waste. All in the water, blood on the bayou. 'Cause they can't fix what they did wrong, and they know more than you and I do. $500 million won't bring 11 men back. Some child lost his daddy, and he ain't coming back. And all in the water, blood on the bayou. They can't fix what they did wrong, and they know more than you and I do. There was so much confusion and so many lies. Business as usual in our Louisiana lives. All in the water, blood on the bayou. They can't fix what they did wrong, and they know more than you and I do. $500 million won't bring 11 men back. Some child lost his daddy, he ain't coming back. All in the water, blood on the bayou. They can't fix what they did wrong, but they know more than you and I do. They can't fix what they did wrong, and they know more than you and I do.
Right, Andy Smith. Great job as usual.
Thank you, Victor.
Hey, we were talking earlier about influences. We're all influenced by everything, but a songwriter, especially influenced by friends, life, books, movies. And I understand that you have a fairly famous, actually very famous, globally known friend who is probably very well known to people in Acadiana, James Lee Burke, famous novelist.
Yeah.
Tell me about hanging out with him and writing a song.
Well, it's kind of started out as I'd go to his house and we'd jam a little bit. He liked to play Johnny Cash songs, the older stuff, traditional stuff. And Jim's a gas, he's great to hang out with. He's very personable, Feel like we're sitting here, and we had a great time. He always had a bunch of great stories. Every year he goes up and he's the guest speaker at Stephen King's Writers Conference He's like the main speaker.
Sure.
When Johnny Cash and June Carter would come through Louisiana, Jim and his wife Pearl would go meet him in Baton Rouge and have dinner. You know, he's a giant, you know, in business, and but always so humble, you know, great guy, and he's always willing to help. And when they came and they shot the movie in New Iberia, Bernard Tavernier, a great producer director from Europe, came down, and I was supposed to be the liaison, but I think Mr. Tavernier thought I was a spy for Jim, you know, and so I kind of backed down. But you know, what I wanted to do is I wanted to write a song about his main character, Dave Robichaux, and I had a little help from a guy named Doug to help me finish it off, and I had Hunter Hayes sing on the record, and Hunter was probably, God, must have been 13 or 14 at the time, and he came in the studio and he says, "Mr. Haney, I'm going to put you on the map today," and with confidence, and he did a great job on the record. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
And but it's called The Ballad of Dave Robichaux. It goes a little like this. Way down south in the Louisiana swamp lived a man named Dave Robichaux. He lived his life to give a voice to those souls broken by the man, in a system stacked against the average man. Dave Robichaux was an agent of God's right hand. A poverty-stricken mother still feels love for a son who sits on death row. Society silences his voice 'cause of what he knows. Falsely accused by people in power, he saw a man die by the hand of a sheriff in Thibodeau. A good man can prevail even in the worst of times. Don't you let them push you too far, and you'll find peace with who you are. Listen to your heart. Just listen to your heart. And you'll find peace with who you are. You'll find peace. And you'll find peace with who you are. Find peace. You'll find peace with who you are. And you'll find peace with who you are. Find peace.
All right, Andy Smith.
He also promised me a soundtrack song with this on his next movie. So still waiting on his next movie. You know.
Let's hope it gets made.
Yeah, I hope so.
Then I'll know a celebrity, a bigger celebrity.
And he keeps his word.
Andy Smith.
He keeps his word. He's
a good man.
He's a good man.
I'm going to brag a little bit about this next song because I've heard it and I've seen I've seen how the audience reacts to it. If I'm not mistaken, it's a story about a man who's looking back on his life and he's thinking maybe he might need a little redemption.
Yeah. He spent a life of crime, life in prison. It's songs about redemption at the end, you know. And I suppose as we get older, you know, it's a topic we think about. I wanted to write a song that I could show off my vocals a little bit, you know, and I like blues, you know. I like blues a lot, and so I kind of started off with something in a high key, kind of gospel. I'm getting ready to record it, and I'm gonna put a choir on the beginning, singing the first part, and then come in with the band,
Okay.
you know, after that. So. dip me in your water, set my spirit free. Oh, reverently, reverently, is it too late to save a man like me? Been flirting with evil way too long, worried about my soul. Reverently, reverently, help me find a little peace. Dip me in your water, set my spirit free. I was born on a bad day, my destiny was set. The only friends I've ever known were misery and regret. It's hard to find a bright spot from my wretched past. The only time I feel at home is locked up in jail. Dip me in your water, set my spirit free. Tell me, Reverend, can you help me find a little peace? I wasted so much time on self-centered views. I tried to blame everyone for my shattered dreams. And now I see I've been so wrong, I feel like it's too late. Forgive me of my sins and let me die in grace. Dip me in your water, set my spirit free. Tell me, Reverend, can you help me find a little peace? Reverently, reverently, too late to save a man like me. Been flirting with evil way too long, I'm worried about my soul. Reverently, reverently, help me find a little peace. Dip me in your water, set my spirit free. Dip me in your water, set my spirit free.
I think your next song, it's about the universal emotion that we all have.
What I wouldn't do for you.
What I wouldn't do for you. Well, I'm just going to let Mr. Andy Smith take this one away.
You know, some of the best songs I think are simple, Victor, you know? And
The best.
Ed wrote some complicated, some really in-depth songs that I have trouble playing today, you know? But this was one of the more simple songs, and it seems to resonate with people. So here goes. What I wouldn't do for you. They will sing the songs of love for you as they sweep you off your feet. They will climb a mountain top so high, write your name across the big blue sky. They would do almost anything. I don't think they have a clue what I wouldn't do, what I wouldn't do for you. They will treat you like the Queen of Hearts, 52 weeks of the year, and let down their own lives for you as they cry 1,000 tears. They would do almost anything. I don't think they have a clue what I wouldn't do, what I wouldn't do for you. And I'm no Romeo, you're no Juliet. They say this love of yours and mine ain't over yet. They would do almost anything. I don't think they have a clue what I wouldn't do, what I wouldn't do for you, what I wouldn't do, what I wouldn't do for you.
All right, thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
That's beautiful. Hey, man, I was wondering, songwriting, you've been doing it a long time. What's easier to write? A happy song or a sad song?
Probably sad songs, you know.
Survey says yes, sad songs.
Yeah, sad songs. Much easier to write, you know. Minor key songs, you know.
Where would we be without the minor keys?
Yeah, you know, there's more emotion in the minor key songs.
So, if you know a songwriter out there who hasn't gone out and played their stuff, if they're a songwriter, we want to hear it at Napoleon's. This is the place where you can come. People are friendly, people are open, they want to hear your stuff. They want to hear your songs, they want to hear your creation. You know what surprised me about Napoleon's Songwriters Night? Is how many people, you never even knew they wrote songs.
Right.
They write beautiful songs. So if you know somebody like that, get them out to Napoleon's on Monday. And
they have beginners, they have pros, you know.
well, I tell you, here's a little songwriting secret. You can write a song with just one or two chords.
Yeah.
It's been done millions of times.
The biggest selling song only had 3 chords, I think.
Yeah, so if you're a fledgling guitar player songwriter, remember there's 2 chords. Of course, the chords are a big secret nobody knows about. I'm just kidding. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe. Studio 216. Stay in touch. We'd love to hear your comments. And we'll see you next time.